for only $5. They're super moisturizing, they're not sticky, they're really pretty. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I put together a drugstore makeup starter kit, a very affordable, only drugstore makeup starter kit, because sometimes whenever I do drugstore makeup looks, I feel like I kind of cheat. So I get Morphe, I get ColourPop, but realistically you can't get those in a drugstore. Everything on my face right now is drugstore, from the lashes to the lips to the highlights, everything. And I'm so happy and excited to share with you guys the products I've been loving that are drugstore and affordable. The products I'm going to show you guys, you can also create a natural makeup look, so all the way from a light makeup look all the way to a full glam makeup look. So I'm going to start off with the primer I like to use. I'm not a big fan of primers, but this is the NYX Shine Killer Primer. It's supposed to be a mattifying primer. However, this primer does not really control the oiliness on my face. It does create a really nice silicone covering, and it's a great base for my makeup. I do have a lot of pores right here on my cheeks, so I like to apply this primer especially in those places. It just kind of minimizes my pores and smooths them out, and it gives me that silicone covering for my makeup. So that's the only reason why I use this product, and plus it's like $6 for a primer. I think that's a pretty good deal. After I use my primer, I like to go in with some type of spray to really just bring back that hydration to my face. So the spray I've been using for a couple of weeks now is the Pixi Rose Glow Mist. I like how lightweight this is. I love how it smells, and I like that it brings that hydration and moisture back to my skin. It just doesn't make my skin oily, and it smells really good. It smells so fresh. I like to use this spray when I'm not wearing makeup as well, especially like throughout the day if I feel like my face just needs like a glow, a radiant finish. I like to just spray it down with this. As far as my eyebrows, I rotate between these two products. So I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso, and I also have the Milani Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. I used the Milani pencil today, but I also like to use the NYX. I'm just kind of out of it. It is literally completely out. But I like using both of these because they have the same applicator, and it has like a really skinny pencil, which makes it easy for me to create hair-like strokes and just gives my brows a really natural finish. Like, look at them today. They look really good. Sometimes I feel like my brows can look smudgy, but I like how these brow products make my brows look more defined. So before I apply my eyeshadow, I like to prep my eyelids. I will either use an eyeshadow primer, which is very rare, but the eyeshadow primer that I have for today's video is the Milani eyeshadow primer in the shade Nude. I'll use this if I'm doing a natural face. If I'm doing more of like a dramatic eyeshadow look, I like to use concealer, just a very full coverage concealer, mattifying concealer. So the one I've been using and the one that I use today is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This one is in the shade Chestnut, and it is full coverage. It dries quickly, it's very mattifying, and this concealer just also makes my eyeshadow stick on better. The eyeshadow palette that I used today was from Wet n Wild. This eyeshadow palette is their In Love with Cocoa eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette, y'all, was only $4.99. And I used only this eyeshadow palette in today's video. All of the eyeshadow palettes that I will be showing y'all are fall themed, very neutral and natural, but mainly fall, because we're in August and fall is upon us. So I really wanted to like keep this video fall themed / neutral, natural, yeah, all of that. The second palette is the LA Girl Keep It Playful palette. This eyeshadow palette is more vibrant. The colors are just much brighter than the first eyeshadow palette that I showed you guys. So if you want more of like a dramatic look, this is a really great palette. This palette was only $9.99. And then the last eyeshadow palette that I want to show you guys is from Revolution Beauty. This is their Forever Flawless Decadent eyeshadow eyeshadow palette, and this eyeshadow palette has 18 shades. A majority of these shades are similar to the first two eyeshadow palettes that I showed y'all. This one just has more of a variety to choose from. When it comes to picking out eyeshadow palettes, I always try to make sure that they have the mattifying shades, like the really light shades, so that I can apply that as a transition color. And then I always make sure that they have the dark matte shade so I can go in and deepen up my crease color. And of course, the shimmers, because one, I can put that on my lids, and I can also use that as a highlighter. And the last shade that I try to make sure that most eyeshadow palettes have whenever I'm buying them is a dark brown or black shade, so I can use it to outline my waterline and my lash line. What I like to do to outline my lash line, my waterline, I like to take black or really dark brown eyeshadow to outline those areas. Sometimes I might go back in with a liquid liner to line my lash line. Just depends on what kind of lashes I'm wearing or just how I'm feeling, honestly. Today I used the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, and I used that dark brown right there. I used that to outline my waterline along with my lash line. When it comes to liquid eyeliner, so what I like to use to create my really dramatic wings or just like a soft, subtle line to make my false lashes blend in a little better, I use the NYX matte liquid liner in the shade Black. This liquid eyeliner is just very mattifying, and then I also use the e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner, which is not mattifying. It's actually on the dewy side. It's very shiny, but they're both really black and pigmented, and they don't crack. You know how some eyeliners, they like to crackle, and throughout the day it just doesn't look as good as it looked when you first applied it. You don't have to worry about that with these two eyeliners, so that's why I really like them. So I'm going to start off with what I like to put on my natural lashes. When I am not wearing false lashes and I'm wearing my baby lashes, I'm just kidding. When I'm wearing my natural lashes, I like to go in first with clear mascara. So this is the CoverGirl Professional Natural Lash Mascara. I use clear mascara first just to kind of coat my lashes and get them how I want them. It's also easier for my lashes to look fuller when I go in first with clear mascara. So after I apply this clear mascara, I wait for it to dry, and then I go in with one of these mascaras. These are the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascaras. This one is the Luscious Waterproof Mascara, and this one is the Full Fan Effect Mascara. I love them both. This is my favorite one because it gives me that cat eye look. I like the formula, I like the brush, I like everything about this mascara. And then the Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect Mascara. I really like this one too. I would say the main thing about this mascara that I love is the brush. As you guys can see, it has that curve, and I just feel like it really curls up my lashes and makes them look better. But these are really great mascaras, especially if you want a mascara that's super dark and pigmented, and if you want mascara that's waterproof, that you can cry in, because I know we all have those days where we gotta cry. You don't want them raccoon eyes after you're done crying. Okay, I'm getting off topic. False lashes. Can y'all believe the lashes I have on right now are drugstore? I got these from Walmart. I was only gonna include one pair of lashes in this video until I saw these at Walmart. I was getting cotton balls. I wasn't even there to get lashes, but I could not pass these lashes up. I have 3 drugstore false lashes for you guys that I like. I'm gonna start off with the ones that I'm wearing. So I'm wearing the Salon Perfect Pre-Permed Push-Up Lashes in the style 672. And they're very full, very dramatic, very thick, and they have a nice little curl, so you don't have to use the eyelash curler after you apply them. Some lashes you have to do that, but with these, you can just pop them on and go. And then I have the light and fluffy wispy lashes by Salon Perfect as well. These are more on the natural side, not as dramatic. Still dramatic, but just not as full and not as dramatic as the first pairs, the ones that I have on right now. I tried these on. I like them, but I haven't actually wore them. I just tried them on just to see how they looked on my eyes. And the last pair of lashes are by Kiss. Kiss is a really great drugstore brand when it comes to lashes. I feel like they have a wide variety of styles to choose from, as far as like very natural lashes and very thick dramatic lashes. They have so many styles to choose from. These in particular are their Sister Nature lashes, and I just wanted to give these a try because they just look different and very full. I think these were like $7. The only thing I will say about Kiss lashes is that If you have big eyes like I do, their lash band is always too small. Like their lashes always stop like right here. I just need 1 more centimeter of that lash band and we will be good. When it comes to drugstore lashes, especially the lashes that I showed you guys, the lash band is really thick, so the maintenance is going to be very high on lashes like that. You have to make sure that you are removing them gently. When you remove that glue, you're being very gentle, you're taking your time, because it's going to be easier for you to ruin that lash band and then you'll have to get some more. But I guess it's a good thing that they are cheap and inexpensive. But if you want them to last a long time, just keep that in mind. Be very careful. Just be very gentle. Be gentle. Moving on to foundation, I have 2 foundations that I want to show you guys. The first one is the Black Opal Skin Perfecting Stick Foundation in the shade Snatched Sepia. This foundation was like $9.42, like $10. Let's just say it's $10. I like the consistency of this foundation. I don't really get stick foundations, which is why I wanted to try this one out. So when I first apply this foundation, it's red, but after I blend it out, it looks fine on my face. So the coverage for this foundation, I would say, is light to full coverage. It honestly just depends on how much you are applying, how many layers you're applying. I only do 1 layer with this foundation. So my favorite foundation of all time, not just drugstore, all time, like out of all of my foundations, the NYX Born to Glow is my favorite foundation. This is my most complimented foundation. Whenever I'm wearing this foundation, someone is going to compliment my foundation skin. Someone is going to think it's my skin. And I like how light and radiant this foundation is. I also like that it's full coverage, but it's still very light. If you have oily skin like me, I will say just make sure you're prepping your face before you apply this. If I know that I'm going to wear this foundation all day, I like to go in with my NYX Shine Killer. Then I use my mist to spray down my face, add that moisture back, and then I go back in and add some setting powder on top of that. I'm in the shade Walnut, and I think Walnut is like the perfect neutral shade for me, especially in the middle of my face. It just matches my skin so perfectly. I have 4 brands of concealer to show you guys because I want to give y'all options, options. So we're going to start off with the cheapest concealer that I'm actually wearing today. The LA Girl Pro Concealers. You cannot go wrong with the LA Girl Pro Concealers. They're only $4.99. There's a good shade range to choose from. I would say they're medium to full coverage. If you want fuller coverage, just let that concealer dry down a little bit before blending it out. But I have this concealer in 4 shades. I have it in Espresso. Espresso is a shade, it's running out as y'all can see, but Espresso is a shade that I like to use to spot conceal my face. So if I want like a more natural makeup look, this is my go-to foundation. This is my girl. And then let's see here. I have Beautiful Bronze in Chestnut if I'm highlighting my face. So if I want like a subtle highlight, not too much, I go in with one of these shades. The first shade is Chestnut. I like to use Chestnut in the summer, just whenever I want like more warmth to my face. And then I have Beautiful Bronze, which is more so a neutral shade. This is the shade that I'm wearing right now. If I want like a really bright highlight, I like to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee. This shade gives me a really bright highlight. And also when it comes to these concealers, they're very easy to blend out. They're not like super matte. They don't dry down quickly. So I feel like it gives you more of like a natural look. But if you do want that full coverage, like I said, just let them dry down for a little bit and blend it out and you are good to go. The next concealer that I want to show you guys is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. It says it has a matte finish, but I have never gotten a matte finish with this concealer. A lot of people compare it to Tarte. A lot of people say it's full coverage. I like to use this concealer when I'm doing a natural face because it does not give me full coverage at all. It gives me that skin finish look. And hey, I'm not mad at it, but I think maybe because I have oily skin, so maybe if you have dry skin, it gives you that full coverage, that mattifying look, but it does not do that for me. I like to use this on its own, so if I just want to like spot conceal or like around my eyebrows, I did use this to outline my eyebrows today. It just blends in really good with my skin tone. This is in the shade Rich Cocoa. It is only $6. Moving on to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I have this concealer in 2 shades, Hazelnut and Deep Bronze. These concealers are $10. I like Deep Bronze. Deep Bronze is like a cooler shade. I should have did swatches for you guys in the very beginning, but Deep Bronze is very close to my natural skin tone, and I like to wear this on its own. If you have dark circles or a lot of like discoloration on your face, this will conceal it all up. It's very thick and it just gets rid of all of that, especially if you have like eye bags underneath your eyes. It's perfect for that. It conceals it, it gets rid of them, it just makes them non-existent. So I really like those concealers. Hazelnut is a concealer that I like to use for highlight. So as you guys can see, it is brighter than that first shade. It's really bright, but these concealers do blend out really nicely and easily. I already told y'all about the Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I think this concealer is like $13.49. I wouldn't use this to like highlight my face and stuff because it's just too matte for me, but if you like that mattifying look, this is a really great mattifying concealer. Full coverage, dries down quickly, but I'm just not a big fan of it all over my face. Moving on to my setting powder, I like to use the Maybelline Loose Finishing Setting Powder to set my makeup whenever I'm wearing just any kind of makeup, drugstore or high-end. This is my go-to. I like this over the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. That's $40. This one's only $8.99 or $9.99. I don't know, but it's pretty inexpensive and the quality is really great. It gives me the perfect highlight. It blends in really nice. It doesn't matter what concealer I'm wearing. This still just gives me that really flawless, like blurred look, and I like that. To set my foundation, I like to use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder in the shade Rich. It is perfect for setting your foundation. This shade is very neutral, so it doesn't make my foundation warm, it doesn't bring warmth to my face. It's not too dark. It's literally the perfect shade. But I use this mainly on the bottom half of my face and also like around my forehead. As far as bronzers, I have two brands. I love the Revolution Beauty bronzers. I have them in 3 shades: medium dark, dark, and deep. I already have a video of like swatches and just how they look on me, so I'm not gonna really talk about those too much. I will say those are only $12 and they are perfect, especially if you're looking for an affordable drugstore bronzer. First of all, I did not know that Beauty Bakery was in Target. I thought you could only get their products in Ulta, so I'm very late because I think it's been in Target for a while. And I was so excited when I saw their brand in Target because I was like, I can use this for my drugstore makeup looks. I love Beauty Bakery stuff. This is their bite-sized bronzer in the shade Perfect Blend. I like to use this bronzer to bronze up my face, of course. I also use this bronzer to contour my nose, and I like to use this bronzer as an eyeshadow. So I use this bronzer for a lot of things. It's very pigmented, it's very warm. I like it a lot. It really brings that warmth back to my face. I have it on right now and I just think it just flatters my face. Like, this is the perfect shade for me. And this bronzer was only $12. As far as blushes, I only have one, which is by Beauty Bakery. Their bite-sized blush in the shade Hey Pumpkin. I prefer orange blushes over pink ones. They just really look better on me. I have on this one in the shade Hey Pumpkin. Just brings me that perfect warmth. It's not too orange. In this little compact, it does look really bright, but when you apply it, it does not look as bright as it does in here. I also like to use this bronzer as eyeshadow. I like to use it for a lot of different things. I put a little bit on today on my brow bone after I was done applying my eyeshadow, just to bring back a little bit of warmth to my eyes. My computer is about to die, so I'm gonna talk really fast and try to get this done before my monitor just dies because I'm 4%. But moving on to the lips, I have 3 lip pencils that I like to use to line my lips. The first one is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso, and the last 2 are the LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliner pencils. They're actually eyeliner pencils, but I just use them as lip liner pencils. And I have these in the shade dark brown and brown. So Espresso is a very warm brown, and then the LA Girl pencil in the shade brown is like in the middle, like a neutral. And then I have dark brown, which is a cooler brown, a much darker brown. So just depending on what lip combo I'm going for. I might use Espresso, the NYX lip pencil, and always use it with one of these two. As far as lip glosses, the #1 drugstore lip glosses in my opinion is the NYX Butter Gloss lip glosses. They're only $5. They're super moisturizing, they're not sticky, they're really pretty. They're amazing. And I have 4 here. I don't remember what shade I'm wearing, but the 4 shades that I like, the 4 nudes that are my go-to are Spiked Toffee, then we have Ginger Snap, Butterscotch, and Fudge Me. And then next, as far as like a mattifying lipstick, I like to use the NYX Lingerie lipstick. The only shade that I have is in Beauty Mark. I just think this is the perfect nude. It gives you that mattifying look. I'm a glossy girl, so whenever I'm wearing this, I always use one of my NYX Butter Glosses to put on top of that. But I do like the consistency of this, and I like that it's super matte, but it doesn't make your lips feel dry, so it's also moisturizing at the same time. When it comes to bold lipsticks, bold mattifying lipsticks, I like to use the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Lipstick. This one is in the shade Escapist, and this is just like a really deep, dark purple, like a plum shade. It does transfer a lot, so if you're eating or something, just wipe it off or just don't apply any. It moves around a lot, it never dries down. That's the only thing I don't like, but I do like how pigmented they are. After I'm done applying all these products, of course you need something to set the makeup in place. I like to use my Maybelline Lasting Fix. A setting spray is up to 16-hour wear. I've never wore makeup for 16 hours unless I accidentally slept in it, but this is a matte finish, but it does not make my makeup matte at all. Like, I sprayed some on today. It doesn't make it dewy neither. It just kind of gets rid of the cakiness and ghostliness. So I really like that, and it's very light. So sometimes I'll use that setting spray, and sometimes I'll go back in and use my Pixie Rose Glow Mist. The last thing I will say, because you need something to take off all of that makeup, is the Neutrogena makeup wipes. These are about $7. If you get them from Walmart, they're like $4, $5. It depends on where you live. But this gets off all of my makeup, my waterproof makeup, just everything on my face. That completes my drugstore makeup starter kit. If you guys have any drugstore products that y'all think I should try, please leave them down below. If you guys have already tried any of these drugstore products, let me know how you like them. Or if you just buy some from this video, let me know how you like them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.